The world's best engineered product is currently sitting in a dumpster. It was designed by a genius, manufactured with surgical precision, and it solved a problem no one else could touch. Yet, it failed. Meanwhile, the mediocre product, the one that breaks after 6 months and costs 3 times what it's worth, is generating billions in recurring revenue. If you believe that being the best is the key to wealth, you are being lied to. This is the era of the high-performance trap, where the more you earn, the more you lose. Take a look at the data. In the United States, roughly 40% of households earning over $100,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck. These are the wealthy broke. They have the 6-figure salary, the European SUV, and the titanium credit card, but their net worth is a rounding error. They are running a race on a treadmill that is slowly accelerating toward a brick wall. Before we dissect the anatomy of their failure, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are about to deconstruct the invisible architecture of your financial prison. The executive's ghost. Imagine a man named Julian. Julian just landed a promotion at a top-tier firm in London. While Julian stares at the ceiling in the blue light of his smartphone, he isn't just checking his bank balance. He is feeding a neural pathway that was carved into the human species long before the invention of the double-entry ledger. He is looking for a hit. In the world of high-velocity consumerism, your debt isn't just a financial calculation. It is a neurochemical byproduct. To understand why you buy things you don't need with money you don't have, you have to understand the dopamine debt loop. Most people think dopamine is the chemical of pleasure. It isn't. Dopamine is the chemical of anticipation. It is the molecule of more. When Julian sees a targeted ad for a limited edition timepiece, his brain doesn't register the cost, it registers the hunt. The winning brands have moved beyond selling features. They are now engineering microdopamine events: the unboxing experience, the haptic click of a website, the social signaling of a pre-order status. The Diderot effect and consumer momentum fact is this: one purchase never stands alone. It is a biological catalyst. This is known as the Diderot effect. Named after the French philosopher Denis Diderot, who fell into debt after being gifted a beautiful scarlet robe, the effect states that obtaining a new possession often creates a spiral of consumption that leads you to acquire even more new things. Diderot's old furniture suddenly looked shabby next to his royal robe. He replaced the chairs, then the desk, then the rugs. In modern terms, Julian doesn't just buy the Audi makes his gym bag look cheap. The new gym bag makes his headphones look outdated. The headphones make his wardrobe feel off-brand. Each purchase provides a temporary dopamine spike, followed by a deeper reward deficit. To return to baseline, he must buy again. The psychological tension is a state of product identity congruence. If the smart brand can convince you that their product is an extension of your soul, you will defend the purchase with the same ferocity you would use to defend your own children. You aren't buying a phone, you are buying a membership to an elite tribe. And you will pay any interest rate to stay in the club. The tutorial: the neural friction technique. To break the loop, you must introduce neural friction. The goal of every smart brand is to make the transition from desire to ownership as frictionless as possible. Think one-click buy or Face ID pay. Your counter-strategy must be to intentionally sabotage that efficiency. The 72-hour quarantine: never purchase a non-essential item the moment you want it. Place it in a digital cart and wait 72 hours. This allows the dopamine spike to subside and the rational prefrontal cortex to regain control. The hourly wage conversion: stop looking at prices in dollars or pounds. Look at them in life hours. If you earn $50 an hour after tax, that $1,000 gadget isn't $1,000. It is 20 hours of your life sitting at a desk you hate. Ask yourself, is this object worth 2 days of my finite existence? The subscription audit: use a zero-base approach. Cancel every recurring payment, all of them. If you truly miss the service, resubscribe one by one. You will find that 30% of your leaking wealth was simply automated apathy. The invisible tax of social proof: the dark reality of the high CPM audience is the comparison trap. In the 1950s, you compared yourself to your neighbor. Today, through the glass of your smartphone, you are comparing your behind-the-scenes footage with the highlight reels of the world's top 0.1%. This creates a permanent state of relative deprivation. Even if you earn $250,000 a year, you feel poor because your digital feed is populated by people on private jets. This isn't an accident. Smart brands use influencers not to show you the product, but to show you the void in your life that only the product can fill. The invisible tax is the cost of trying to bridge the gap between your reality and a curated lie. You are borrowing from your future self to pay for a performance for people you don't even like. The cold realization as the sun begins to rise, Julian realizes something chilling. He is a high-earning individual, but he has zero anti-fragility. If the economy shifts by 2%, he is underwater. If his boss has a bad day, his entire life collapses. He is better product, highly engineered, impressive to look at, but fundamentally fragile. The smart brands are the ones holding his debt, charging him for the privilege of his own exhaustion. He realizes that the Great Awakening isn't about finding a new investment tip or a crypto moonshot. It's about realizing that wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is the Audi you didn't lease. It's the watch you didn't buy. It is the terrifying, silent power of unspent capital. But as he reaches to put his phone down, a notification pops up. A limited time offer for the very shoes he was looking at yesterday. His thumb hovers over the screen. His pulse quickens. The loop is calling. Your thumb freezes. That notification buzzes. A digital siren song. A perfectly timed dopamine hit engineered by an algorithm that knows your weaknesses better than your own mother. It's a hook, polished and gleaming, designed to reel you in. But what if, for the first time, you saw the hook for what it was? What if you didn't click? This isn't just about ignoring a notification. This is about seeing the entire system. We've talked about the trap, the endless cycle of earning and spending. We've talked about the addiction, the constant chase for more. Now, we pull back the final curtain. This is the great decoupling. This is where we stop being the better product that always loses and start becoming the smart brand that always wins. Let's get brutally honest with some hard economic data. In the last 40 years, a cold, hard fact has emerged. The return you get from investing capital has consistently and significantly outpaced the growth of wages. This is a famous economic principle known as Piketty's Law. In simple terms, if you only work for your money, you're playing a game with a built-in ceiling. You can only work so many hours, and your salary can only go so high. But if you make your money work for you, you're playing a game with no roof at all. The potential is limitless. The true winners in this economic game, what we'll call the winning brands, understand a secret that your education, no matter how elite, probably failed to mention. True wealth isn't about having a high income. It's not about the six-figure salary or the corner office. Wealth is the ownership of productive assets, things that generate more money while you sleep. Think about it like this. Many high earners think of themselves as the consumer, the one with the purchasing power. But in reality, they are the fuel. Every time you pay for a subscription, lease a fancy car, or pay interest on your credit card, you are literally transferring your life energy, your precious time converted into money, into the pockets and equity of these smart brands. You become the better product, the high-earning, reliable employee who is being consumed by the smart brand, the asset owner. You're the premium fuel for someone else's rocket ship. This dynamic has a profound psychological effect. It's all about your locus of control. That's a fancy term for where you believe control over your life resides. As long as your lifestyle demands 100% of your salary, your locus of control is external. You are, in effect, a hostage. You're a hostage to your boss's mood, the whims of the market, and the interest rates set by the bank. To truly win, to break free, you must shift that locus of control inward. And the only way to do that is by becoming an owner. So, how do we flip the script? You must stop saving and start allocating. Saving is a passive, defensive move. It's putting money aside and hoping for the best. Allocation is strategic, offensive. It's deploying your capital like a general deploying troops on a battlefield. Here's a practical blueprint to make that transition. Let's call it the capital allocation blueprint. Step 1 is what I call burn rate compression. You have to aggressively force your overhead, your cost of living, down to 50% of your take-home pay. Listen, this isn't about self-deprivation or living like a monk. This is about consciously and deliberately buying your sovereignty. It's a strategic retreat to build a fortress. That other 50%, that's not savings. That's your war chest. It's the capital you will use to build your empire. Step 2 is implementing the asset-first filter. From now on, before any major purchase, you must ask yourself one critical question. Is this a depreciating liability or a productive asset? Does it lose value the second you buy it, or does it have the potential to produce cash flow or appreciate in value? A new car, a designer watch, the latest smartphone, these are depreciating liabilities. They are a tax on your future freedom. A rental property, a dividend-paying stock, a share in a profitable business, these are productive assets. They are soldiers working to win your freedom. Step 3 is the equity swap. This is a powerful mental shift. Instead of just buying a company's product, you start buying the company itself. Think about your daily life. Do you spend $1,000 a year on Amazon, or Apple, or Starbucks? Then you should make it a rule to own at least $10,000 of their stock. You need to move from being just a customer on their income statement to being a stakeholder on their balance sheet. Stop funding their growth and start participating in it. Finally, step 4 is the 4% sovereignty rule. This is your first major milestone on the road to freedom. First, calculate your absolute bare bones annual survival cost, the 50% we talked about earlier. Once your invested assets begin generating an annual return of 4% of that number, you have achieved what I call phase 1 free. This doesn't mean you can retire to a private island, not yet. But it means you are no longer addicted to your salary. The psychological chains have been broken. You can now make decisions from a position of power, not desperation. This entire process leads to a profound psychological transformation. It's a shift from chasing status to building power. The wealthy broke, the people with high incomes and even higher debts are obsessed with status. They focus on the appearance of power, the luxury car, the big house, the designer clothes. But status is fragile. It can be taken away in an instant with a job loss or a market crash. The true owner class focuses on power, and power is the simple, unshakable ability to walk away. It's the freedom to say no. It's the ability to survive and even thrive in chaos. Status is fragile, power is antifragile. Imagine this. A successful executive suddenly sells his Audi. He moves out of his luxury condo and into a modest apartment. His friends and colleagues are whispering. They think he's failing. They see the lack of status symbols and assume he's broke. They pity him. But what they do and see is the feeling he has for the first time in a decade, a profound sense of lightness. He is no longer a better product being worn down by the constant friction of debt and lifestyle inflation. He has decoupled his identity from his consumption. He's realized that the invisible tax of keeping up appearances was always voluntary. He chose to stop paying it, and this leads us to the final, chilling realization. The system isn't broken. It's not a mistake. It is working perfectly. The system is a filter, brilliantly designed to harvest the energy, time, and money of the many to fuel the dreams and ambitions of the few. It's not some grand conspiracy, it's just human nature at scale. It uses your own brain's hardwiring, your innate desire for social status, your deep-seated fear of being left behind, your biological addiction to the dopamine rush of the new, against you. The bank isn't your enemy. Your credit card company isn't your enemy. Even the smart brands that sell you things you don't need aren't your true enemy. They are just players in a massive, complex game. They are playing their position masterfully. The only question that matters is this: which side of the ledger do you want to live on? Do you want to be on the side that pays, or the side that gets paid, the side that owes, or the side that owns? Because right now, as you finish listening to this, your brain is already getting restless. It's looking for the next hit. It's searching for the next video in the autoplay queue, the next notification, the next shiny thing to buy to fill that momentary void. The system is humming along, patiently waiting for you to click, waiting for you to consume. The choice, as always, is yours. Stay the product, or become the owner. Thanks for watching. Think about it, and if this resonated, you know what to do. Ever feel like you're just a cog in a giant machine? A system designed to keep you quiet, distracted, and just busy enough not to notice your dreams slipping away. They sell you distractions, they sell you debt, and they thrive on your silence. They want you to believe that the path to success is to just work harder within their rules, to stay in your lane, and to never question the game itself. But what if I told you the game is rigged? The truth is, your financial freedom isn't going to be handed to you. It's not something you earn by simply following orders. It's something you have to claim. You have to be the one to break the silence. You have to be the one to ignore the noise and focus on what truly matters, building a life on your own terms. Stop waiting for permission. Start learning, start building, Start investing in yourself. Your future is not a lottery ticket, it's a fortress you build brick by brick. The power to change your life is already in your hands. It's time to use it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more.